Good morning. Hello out there. It's a, it's a rainy morning this morning, but down in Linda's world, I guess it's nice. That's good. Welcome, everyone. So, what are we doing today? Well, I think you know. Most of you know. Let me know what you think is in this cup, flavor of the coffee, and the flavor of the creamer. And you could win a spot on our bracket board. We don't have very many names on this one. This is brand new. This board is going to be one winner, but that winner can choose from a couple of different grand prizes, and one of them is already the May Yarnable yarn. This happens to be Unicorn. So that's up for grabs so far. I have not put all of the prizes out yet. I kind of drag it out. If you comment below and win this morning's coffee, then you could take a spot. If you already have a spot that's active, you could take something out of the basket. So this basket here is just some random different kinds of yarns and just little prizes. You do have to have United States address to get anything from me. And if you ever feel like it, you can always just drop me coffee or somehow or some way of helping me out with the shipping. Other than that, the channel is free. All right, so let's taste this. I did taste it already once. It's not bad. Not bad. So we went and watched Fast 10 last night. If you are also a Fast and Furious fan, let me know. Yeah, it was good. This is your typical Fast and Furious movie, I guess. And I looked at Doug and said, "Cliffhanger." Sure enough, there was. Yeah, so that was fun. Didn't get out. I don't think we've seen a movie since Top Gun, so it was time. Definitely time. Well, we're going to start out today with a random draw from our make along. This is a baby dress and hat and booty set. And the hat came out adorable. If you saw it on the addictions video, then you already know. And whoever is in posting photos of their dress and their hat and stuff is in the draw today. I have not taken anyone out because we're still working on it. However, next Sunday, we will be looking for a finished set. Now, you could use any hat if you want. You don't have to use my choice or any booties. That's fine. But at least I'm looking for a finished dress either way for next week's drawing. And next week's drawing will be for the grand prize, which will be this bag of goodies you've seen a couple times. It is Lion Brand ice cream yarn, 3 skeins, and the goodies to make the dress with. So that would be like the buttons and ribbon and things like that. So I put 16 names in the wheel. I'm going to go ahead and draw that, see if the winner is here. If not, I'll always tag them in the weekly post on the Facebook group. You can find that group below. Joanne Burgess is a winner today. Joanne gets to choose a spot on the bracket board or something out of the basket. So congratulations, Joanne. Now, I don't know if I saw her name, but chances are she's here. If not, like I said, I'll just wait. And when you claim, if you win anything, you claim your prize through either messenger or email is fine too. So wait just a second and see if Joanne is here. Has anyone won the coffee yet? Probably not, or Deb would have poked me. I'm going to go ahead and use my light color and my dark color for the booties today. I'm also going to use an F hook. Now, mine are about 3 inches. I will show you one. I will show you the right foot. Nobody won it yet. This is the right foot. And mine is going to be a 3-inch sole. I use, like I said, I used the light and the dark. I also added a daisy on it to match all the other pieces. And then I sewed on a button on the side. You don't have to do that. You can leave it blank and it will be just cute regardless. All right, so we're going to start out with an F hook for, I call it 0 to 3 months, but if you are doing a larger size, please move up to a G. A 7 will work. That will be perfect. You will get a 3.5-inch sole. At the time that we get to that point, you can always measure the sole and make sure that it's at least 3 for 0 to 3 months, 3.5 for 3 to 6 months, and a 4-inch sole would give you more, which would be about 6 to 9 and 9 to 12. So if you're using an H hook on a 3 light, it would probably be bigger for, but see, I don't make booties for any children that are walking at that point because they're slippery. So I don't normally make them 4 inches. Sometimes I make them 4 inches, but for, the bigger baby, like 6 to 9 months, just getting ready to walk, and then I don't make them anymore. I just make the sweaters and I skip that part. Other than that, I am doing 3-inch and 3.5. So today, if you're following along, we're going to start out with all right, let me see here. Did I bring everything in here? I don't think I did. All right, I'm going to go back out in the living room and grab one more thing. And I will be right back. And hopefully the coffee will be won. I guess Joanne's not here this morning, huh? Did I miss it? Hi, Laura, you're late. Yep, I'm going to be right back. Yeah, I did have the pattern in here. It's just brain fade kicked in the minute you turn on the minute that you turn on the camera. What I did was I put all the patterns in this little package and put them behind me. And then forgot. Okay, so where is it? At least I think that's what I did. There it is. Okay. It's not that I need it. I have it memorized. I just want to look back at it to make sure. When you're on camera and you have a lot of interruptions, it's probably best that you have something in front of you to go by. Okay, so here, like I said, we're going to start with the F hook. My suggestion is a G, because if you're a tight crocheter, then an F is going to bring you down to a 3-inch sole. So back to the beginning. We're going to chain 10 to start the booty. These patterns will not be written anywhere. So the ones that matter won't care. And the ones that care won't matter. And that's because I don't have a pattern for it. I use a couple of rows from this pattern, a couple of rows from that pattern, and the rest is all in my head. And I didn't write it down. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So you want 10 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't even know how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook and the next 7. And then we're going to single crochet in the last one 5 times. So 5 singles in the last. That will start to turn the corner. That'll be the point of the toe. Then I usually take my tail and I go right over the top of my tail. And I go in the very first one, and I'm going to single crochet along the back side of the chain. So there should be 8 single crochets. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, and then the last one goes right where everything started. So it looks like there's a gap between your last one and your first one, which should be correct. You're going to slip stitch in your first single to end the round. And it's going to look like this. And I'll wait until everybody says go. I'm going to go ahead and cut my tail now because I've already weaved it in 8 stitches. If Joanne shows up, let me know and we will give her chance to. Chocolate, fudge, and peppermint. Ooh, you can't say or. You... Oof. Marshmallow. Oh. Stephanie is here. I'm working on a sweater for you. I have just started. I closed the sleeves off and started down the body last night. So, yeah, it's coming along. Am I thrilled with it at the moment? I am my biggest critic, so I don't love everything immediately. All right, so row number 1 is done. I don't it's going to be, this is going to be counting, so um when you count around, you want to make sure that you're at the end, so I'm going to give you all those numbers. Well, I'm going to give you most of them anyway. But at this point, we're going to chain 2 for our second row. But no one said that they were done, so I was just kind of waiting, giving you a minute. Of course, then again, maybe no one's doing it. And if no one's doing it, then, well. Peanut butter. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Row number 2, like you said, we're going to do a chain 2 and double crochet right in the same first where you joined. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a half double. It's a half a double. See, if I didn't have that in front of me, then I wouldn't have remembered. So chain 2 and half double in the same stitch as join. All right, so then the next stitch, we're going to do 2 half doubles. So far you'll have your chain 2 and 3 half doubles. Then we're going to half double in the next 6. All right. Getting closer. I see some of those. That'll put you back down to the toe. And on the toe, we're going to do 2 half doubles in the next stitch. Then again, 2 half doubles in the next stitch. Then we're going to do 1 half double in the next 2. And it'll look like you're on the left-hand side of your toe. It's fine. You're fine. Then you will do 2 half doubles in the next. Repeat, 2 half doubles in the next. And that completes the toe. Then you will do half double in the next 6. Then you should be looking at what appears to be 2 stitches. So we're going to do 2 half doubles in the next. And then we're going to put 1 half double right next to our chain 1 space. And then we're going to slip stitch in the top of that chain 2. And that'll put that point right at the top of the heel. I'm going to really quick go over that row. We're going to chain 2, half double in the same stitches joining. We're going to put 2 half doubles in the next stitch. We're going to do half double in the next 6. We're going to do 2 half doubles in the next 2 stitches. Do 1 half double in the next 2 stitches. 2 half doubles in the next 2. 1 half double in the next 6. 2 half doubles in the next. 1 half double in the last, and slip stitch to join in the top of your chain 2 space, and that is row number 2 done. Row number 3 is a single crochet row. You're going to chain 1 and put a single crochet directly underneath that chain 1 space. Then you're going to put a single over in the spot where it looks like you have an opening. It is a chain. It is a stitch. It doesn't look like it, but it is. So there's 2 already. Just keep single crocheting into the next 10. So 10 total. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that is why sometimes it looks like you are in the wrong spot. So if you put one right above your chain and in the same hole, and then one right next to it, and do the next 8, it will bring you down around here. And that is the first 10 on row 3. So row 3, you chain 1, single crochet in the first 10. Now we're going to do the toe. Thank you, Stephanie. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. All right, I will use that towards shipping. Now we're going to do 2 singles in the next 2 stitches. Yep, just leave it like that. We're not working in the round. You are going to join every round on here, so it should be a little bit easier. First 10, single crochet in the first 10, and then 2 singles in the next 2 stitches. Now you will be going back to the half double. Yeah. All right, so at this point, you should have 14 stitches. So in the next 5 stitches, we're going to put 2 half doubles. So we're going to do 2 in the next, 2 in the next, 2 in the next, 2 in the next, and then 2 in the last for 5 doubles, or 5 stitches. So you'll end up with 10 doubles across the toe, and that'll bring you right over to the side. Now at this point, you're going to match the other side. So you're going to do 2 singles in the next 2. So 2 singles in the first, 2 singles in the second. Just a real quick recap. Row number 3, chain 1, single crochet directly under that chain 1. Single crochet in the very next stitch. Single crochet in the next 8. You'll have 10 singles. 2 singles in the next 2. half double crochet, 2 half double crochets, I'm sorry, in the next 5. So you have 10 half double crochets bringing you around to the other side. Then you'll have 2 singles in the next 2, and then 1 single in the last 10. Now at that point, you don't want to make any more stitches. You want to actually slip stitch in your first single and draw that heel up to your point, which will bring your point properly lined up for your next row. All right. Okay, so Cindy won the coffee. Woohoo! Perfect timing. We have row 3 done. So congratulations, Cindy. Woohoo! I have a cherry crumble with peppermint mocha. Uh-huh. How did I lost you? How did I lose you? Where did I lose you? Did you get rows 1 and 2 done, Deb? I want to make sure you cut up if you want to be. So what are we doing, Cindy? Please repeat after the last 10 stitches. Oh, okay. All right. Now wait a minute. Let's start. I'm just going to start row 3 over. All right. So chain 1. Single crochet in the first 10. 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. Half doubles. There are 2 half doubles in the next 5. So 2 in the first one, 2 in the second one. So you have 10 half doubles, 2 in each, rounds the toe. Then you will have 2 singles in the next 2. So 2 in that one, 2 in that one. And then single crochet in the last 10. And then literally skip over anything you see there and put a slip stitch into your first single on the round and join to end the round. And it will draw your heel back to the point. Is that clearer? Thought I had done that. Okay, let's do. Let me let you let that sink in a minute while I do the bracket number 12 for Cindy. Okay, bracket number 12 for Cindy. I got animals that flew everywhere. Those little stinkers don't want to stay up here. Lori says her heel is already a 3.5 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to measure my heel right now and tell her that mine is what I want it to be. And yes, the next row starts the work up already. So if you're 3.5, you're perfect. And you thought you were doing it wrong. There's no wrong way to crochet. Stephanie thought we were saying our favorite coffee. Well, Stephanie, you haven't been here long enough. But you're getting the hang of it. Yep. Yep, you are. Okay, so let me know if Deb and Frida figured that out real quick. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do our first bracket and basket draw. So at this point, what happens is Deb marks the chat. And if you want to play along, then you will let me know what number you want on the bracket board, or if you want to pick something out of the basket. Steve says, don't say vanilla and you're safe. You're right. So what we have so far on the board is the numbers available are the ones that are taken, I will say, because they're less. 2, 3, 4 is taken. 9, 12, 13, 21, 22, 28, and 32. They're all taken. And as I was looking at the board, I see that Joanne has a spot up there and she's still active. What I mean by that is if your name is on there and you get knocked out, then you can get back on if you get knocked out. So I see Joanne is active. So when she does show up, if she does, she can pick out of the basket. If she doesn't show up, I will tag her. I will tag everybody that I can or name them in the general Sunday weekly update on the Facebook page. So if you are a winner in hats and more hats and you didn't watch the video, or you were winner some other way and you didn't watch, then you always can read the update every week. Hi, Mrs. C. This is how far we are on row number 3. I really would like to start the beginner knitting sweater later on in the show. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have all the regular show done by quarter after. And then at that time, Deb is going to leave and we're going to work on casting on our bulky sweater. You will need some 5 bulky yarn. I had told everyone about this for a couple weeks. And you will need at least a US 10.75 or US 10 or an 11. 11 would be good. I don't have one, so I'm using a 10.75. But I also like them because you can do this on a straight needle if you want, but I don't have any quite long enough to really accommodate those bulky stitches when it gets to the biggest part. So I'm like, I'd rather use a circular, and if you use a real long one, you're still working straight. So yeah, if you're a regular crocheter and you start working with Tunisian, that difference of twisting and pulling through it's another learning memory, and it takes a minute, and it's using different muscles. And I think that also is kind of how the knitting ends up going. So I kind of like to see you picture it when you hold your yarn in crochet and you go and you reach in and grab a yarn over and bring it through. That same thing happens in knitting. So if you're holding your knitting needles, you can actually hold your yarn like that and reach in and bring up a loop the same way you do in crochet. The only problem is the knitting needle doesn't have a hook. So you have to bend both hands and move them, and to teach your hands to do that is you just have to do it. And the best way is to do washcloths, because you don't care what they look like. You're going to wash dishes with them, right? So that way you don't rip it out. You just do the washcloth, keep going, and use it. And you have a finished project. So that's what I like. 23 entries in the first one. That's great. And the beginning knitter should use something that grabs the yarn just a little bit. It helps your stitches stay on your needles if you use something that's wooden or bamboo for like cotton. When you use a real slippery yarn, and metal, you're gonna get frustrated. And I still do. All right, so let's see if we can find out if everyone has got row 3 done, please, so I know that you're caught up to me. The next 2 rows are really easy. Denise Hoffman won, and she wants something out of the basket. Okay. All right, so let's bring the basket over here. Now, how this is going to work is you're going to look into the basket and see these bags are wrapped. So we have 1, 2, 1 in the middle, 3, 4, and 5. Those are wrapped bags. We have a set of stitch markers down in the bottom in a metal tin. And we also have something to hold hooks in, which is a carousel, plastic carousel. So what would you like out of the basket, Denise? Number 4. Okay, so number 4 is this one. And I will unwrap that, letting her see what she got. So this is a really cool color from, what is it? Sugars and Cream. And so it has the washi, the Scrubology or Scrub On. They put the sticker right over the label. Scrub Off, I guess it is. Whatever it is. Okay, so this is a skein of 4 medium by Sugars and Cream. And it even puts a free pattern on the label still. 106 yards. The colorway is called Spring Blue. And it has like the scrubby on a few of the yardage. And so it goes back and forth between that. So I did add a stitch marker. This is a smiley face. It is blue to match the yarn. So you get 2 goodies. Hope you like that. Yeah, I said there were going to be different kinds of yarns in there. So, yeah. I like doing that. Okay, so we're going to start row number 4 because I had a couple of people that said they were done. So I'm hoping that everybody's caught up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to slip chain 1. We're going to chain 1. No, I don't. I have binoculars right here. See? But they stick stickers over it, you know? We're going to work in the back loops only for the next 2 rows. So you're going to, yes, you can practice your knitting with that and make a dishcloth. We're going to just do a single crochet in the back loop only of every stitch around for rows 4 and for row 5. But when you come around, you're going to add 1 single crochet on the last stitch. So just go ahead, very carefully go around and put 1 single in the back loop only of every stitch around. This is going to start to bring your shoe side up. Now I want to say that you will have approximately 39, but if you have 38, that is fine. Let me count mine so I know exactly. Put 1 directly in the very first stitch presented to you. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 brings me right to the toe. 22, 24, 26, 28, 29. Okay, so 38 is what my count is. But before you stop, you will put 1 stitch into the stitch that's not really a stitch, right at the end, right next to your chain 1, next to it, and you will make it 39. So go all the way around, put a single crochet in every stitch in the back loop only, and when you get all the way to the top, you should have 38. Put 1 more stitch in the very last, what looks like a stitch, and make it 39, and then slip stitch to join regularly. And we'll go right on and tell you that row number 5 is exactly the same. So you will go single crochets in back loop only for row 5 all the way around. You should end up with 39. And then you're going to make 1 more in that knot stitch, that last spot, for 40. And you will end with 40 single crochets in the very heel part of the back. So now, while we're doing those 2 rows, I would like my really good friend Deb to mark the chat again for Let's Make a Yarn Deal. At this point, you do need to have United States address. You put in your favorite color and favorite weight of yarn, and then I go around the room and try to find something to match that. And then if you don't like it, you could always make a yarn deal and take something out of the basket or put your name on the bracket board to win some bigger prize. So that's how that works. I hope you enjoy my channel. I know I've had a lot of slow times lately because I haven't done a lot of videos, But I kind of think I make up for it on Sundays. Now that the pro shop is not as demanding in the summertime, I will try and do at least one or two videos during the week, and I'm planning on like taping them and then putting them up during the week, so you'll have some different stuff to look forward to. Um, okay, that to me is fun. Okay, let's see if I have 40. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. Yes, I have 39. And then I'm going to put one into that chain that doesn't, the stitch that isn't a stitch, and then slip stitch to the top of my first single. And what I have is I have that. So it's going to start to turn up. And it's not real stiff. Mrs. C, we are using the first 9 rounds of the Parker booty. It's a free pattern. There's your little hint. The first 9 rounds will be from the Parker booty. So that way I don't have to go over it all. But it was a starting chain of 10 and single crochet in the first 8. Basically, the second chain from the hook, single crochet in the next 7. 5 singles in the last chain on the hook, and then turn and do 8 singles, join in the round at the end. Chain 1. Round 2 was a little bit longer. Half double crochet in the first stitch, 2 half double crochets in the next, half double crochet in the next 6, 2 half double crochets in the next 2, half double crochet in the next 2, then 2 half double crochets in the next 2, then half double crochet in the next 6, 2 half double crochets in the next 1 in the last, which ends it for 28 stitches. Chain 1 and turn, or not turn, chain 1. Single crochet in the first 10, 2 singles in the next 2 stitches, 2 half double crochets in the next 5, 2 singles in the next 2, single crochet in the next 10, slip stitch to join, and that should bring you to 38. Rows 4 and 5, you will add 1 stitch on the heel, so 39 in row 4, 30 or 40 in row 5. And I know I said that fast, but I did have a minute to do it. Hopefully you caught that. If not, it's round 9 of the Parker booty. So Deb went ahead and closed that up for 25 entries. She's good, she says. As soon as you are done with row 5, let us all know, so that way I will know to go on. Because the next 2 rows are just as easy as that one. Latoya Fowler wins a number 4 variegated. Number 4 variegated. Okay. That's kind of an easy one. And then again, it's kind of not. Well, I'm going to have to get up and walk over there and look around, but I think I'm thinking about what colors she likes. She didn't say a color. She did. She said variegated. So I'm like, I know she likes purple. So while you're catching up rows 4 and 5, I will go over here and look around for something different. Number 4. Hmm. Well, I think I found something. I think I did. It's very interesting. And she can always say she doesn't like it, right? Okay, I found something. All right, let's see what we have for stitch markers. I definitely need to make some more. Getting low here. I have I's and K's for letters if you want one of those, an I or a K. Um, so I give you a choice there. I don't have any more smiley faces, which means I have to start making some. Yeah. So let's let her choose if she likes the yarn first, and then if she does, or if she ends up with something mailed, you can pick from the I or the K, and then I'll show that. So here's the yarn I picked. Does anybody know what this yarn is? I'll let you look at it. It's definitely some crazy colorways. Does anybody know what it is yet? It's a 4 medium. I'll give you a hint. It's a red heart. Oh, red heart. Uh, Anybody? I hear music. Oh, Denise knew. It's unforgettable. It is. Yes, it is. It is unforgettable. And this colorway is, do you know that too? I'll let you tell me. It has 270 yards, 3.5 ounces. Yeah. Do you know the colorway, guys? I'm going to tell you anyways, but so let's hear it from Latoya. Do you want this unforgettable, or would you rather a spot on the bracket board or something out of the basket? Of course you do. You have an orange filter, but there is not orange. It is pink and there is mauve and there's some almost a bluish tint, but it is really nice. The colorway is called Heirloom. It's called Heirloom. It is gorgeous. Yeah. So if Latoya would like this yarn, This is your choices. I have an I, and then I have a K. These are the stitch markers with the letters on. So if you want one of those, I will put one on there. Or you, like I said, you can trade it up. What are we going to do? Okay, letter I. That's what I'll do. Put that away for safekeeping. Hopefully, you guys are done with row 5 and row 6. We are going to do the same thing. We're going to do both loops now, though. No longer working in the back loop. We're going to do single crochet in every stitch around for 40 stitches. Don't add one anymore. When you get to the end of the round, row number 6, you will just slip stitch to join, and that will bring your top or your round right in the corner of the heel for row number 6. You're just going to chain 1, single crochet in every stitch around both loops for 40 stitches. And this is your side of your shoe. You'll do that for row 6 and 7. And I want to give everyone a chance again to win a bracket number. So I'm going to ask Deb to mark the chat again. You can pick a bracket number or something out of the basket. And that will be the second chance today. So when she marks the chat, please put your choices there. If you don't know what bracket numbers are left, you don't have to worry about it. We'll worry about it if you win. So you're going to go around 2 more times, row 6 and 7, with a single crochet in every stitch for 40 stitches, both of those rows through both loops. And then you will slip stitch into your first single again, and you should have the body of your shoe. That's how it looks, like a little basket. And you should be right on the outside middle. Get out of there. The middle of your heel, just like that. And that was row number 7. So take the time to wait for you to catch up. All right. Deb marked the chat again. It's going to get me another winner. I did get my Jimmy Beans. I will be doing a video for that this week. So that should be fun. And I think I'm going to do another one. Not another video, but another drawing on one where we look at a book and then I give it away. I like doing that sometimes. For those of you that come in every week, make sure that your chat is on live chat, just in case. Because sometimes I see comments that are out of sequence, and I think it's because you're on top chat. So you might not get in the drawings. Only 20 entries? Wow. Can't believe it. 38 people here, which makes me wonder if there's a bunch here that are not United States addresses. I don't know. So this week you can do any booty you want. You can do this shoe if you want. And then I'm looking for the finished dress with the, pretty much with accessories if you are entering this week. And that winner will be drawn next Sunday on the live. So this is our last week of the dress. And this is the yarn that I'm giving away in the finish of this make-along. This was number 40 make-along. We did number 41 make-along when we did the basket. And this is a stitch marker I added. It's a purple heart. And then I put a package in here of buttons and ribbon and daisies to match my stuff. So that is going to be drawn next Sunday. Beverly won? Oh, well, congratulations, Bev. Well, what are we going to get? Everybody's catching up with that row. That is great. Love it. Beverly won. I want everybody to win. There's no favorites here. Yeah. No, I really, it's fun to see different winners every week, but definitely no favorites. All right, Bev, what are we doing? Are you getting a spot on the bracket board? And I was definitely feeling left out when you guys were on the ships and stuff. The two different. I want to go someday. I really do. Yeah. Was heirloom. Mm-hmm. The yarn color was heirloom. Bracket 16 she wants. Okay, let's give Bev bracket 16. And then I'm going to have to pick the board up to do that because it is in the corner. Okay, she's on the board. No roll-offs generated today. And I didn't expect there to be because, okay, that's enough. I don't know why this thing got out of whack. I guess I'm going to have to do something. Okay, I just let it fall. Let it just fall. Somehow or another, from the last board to the new board, all I did was take it down, put up new papers, and put it back, and it will not stay flat. It just won't. So I don't know why, but everything just keeps crashing. Alrighty, okay. So we congratulations to Bev. All right, let's go on to row number 8. We're going to chain 1 and single crochet in the first 12 single crochets. Chain 1, single crochet in the first 12. And this is what it'll look like. First 12. And you'll be right around the middle of your shoe, of your side. When you get done with your first 12, then we're going to start decreasing. We're going to do it 4 different times. We're going to single crochet decrease over the next 2. Then we're going to single crochet in the next 2. And we're going to repeat that 3 more times. So we're going to single crochet decrease over the next 2, and then single crochet in the next 2. So single crochet decrease over the next 2, single crochet in the next 2, and do it one more time. Single crochet decrease and single crochet in the next 2. What that does is it takes and decreases just the toe part because you spaced it out and did it 4 times. So I'm going to go over that real quick one more time. We're going to chain 1 for round 8, single crochet in the first 12. Then we're going to single crochet decrease over the next 2, single crochet in the next 2, single crochet decrease over the next 2, single crochet in the next 2, single crochet decrease over the next 2, single crochet in the next 2, and for your last time, single crochet decrease over the next 2 and single crochet in the next 2. That should leave you with exactly 12 single crochets to finish out row number 8. Now, before Deb leaves me, because she's going too soon, so before she leaves me, hang on, Deb. Let's slip stitch to join in the first single crochet to end round number 8. While you're doing that, I just want to say that Deb is going to be leaving early, so I want to do one more. Yeah, you guessed it. One more. It's a surprise. She doesn't know about it. Let's make a yarn deal. Yeah, One more. Okay, Deb, mark the chat and let me know the yarn weight and color that you would like. And this cannot be won by the same person. So if she plays and she wins, she can only win a spot on the bracket board. The same person in the same day. So we are going to go ahead and give you a chance to catch up row number 8. And row number 8 ends up with how many stitches? Well, you're going to decrease 4, so 36. Row number 8 has 36 stitches. Anyone who's doing row number 8, let me know when you're ready. When you're done. Row number 9 will be your last round of color number 1. See you later, Latoya. So when we get done with row number 9, we're going to cut our yarn and we'll pick up our dark color. You're going to start row number 9 with a chain 1 and single crochet in the first 14. Row number 9, chain 1, single crochet in the first 14 single crochets. That'll bring you to the toe part. We're going to repeat this 3 times. We're going to do 3 decreases. So single crochet, 2 together over the next 2. Single crochet decrease over the next 2. Single crochet in the next one. Single crochet decrease over the next 1 or 2, I mean. Single crochet in the next one. And single crochet decrease over the next 2. You're only going to do it 3 times. So single crochet in the first 14. Single crochet decrease over the next 2. Single crochet in the next. Then repeat it twice. Single crochet decrease over the next 2. Single crochet in the next. Single crochet decrease over the next 2. And then single crochet in the next 14. Slip stitch to join in the first single and cut your thread or cut your yarn, and we're going to pick up right there where we are on the heel in that first single with our dark color. I'm going to go ahead and weave in my end. I want it out of my way. Rhonda won. Is that what I just missed? It looks like Rhonda won. And I will say bye to Deb. Have a good day. And we will go on to the rest of the show. We'll finish up our booty. Right now, we have one row to do. Well, actually, we have 2 rows to do. I'm sorry. 2 rows left in the dark color. So Rhonda won. What is it she won? What color? I'm supposed to be doing a D-stash. Okay, here we go. Rhonda Hoskins, and she wants a 2 or a 3 in baby yarn, any color. Ooh, any color. Ooh, 2 or a 3. Okay. All right, I can do that. All right, I guess I have to get up. You finished up your row number 9, and I will go and look for a number 3, 2 or number 2 or a 3. Okay. Rhonda. Mm-hmm. I'm off doing a D-stash, the second one of the day. If you are joining in late, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for some pretty. Oh, what do I got here? Well, this will work. I'll use this today. Why not? Why not? Okay, got some interesting choice for today for Rhonda. Now, Rhonda can pick the yarn I pick out, or she can make a yarn deal and pick something out of the basket instead, or a spot on the bracket board. So I went ahead and picked out something different. And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the yarn first and ask you if you can tell what it is. It's got dots. All right. So this is Premier Anti-Pilling Everyday Dots. This is really, really soft. Really soft. It is 273 yards of 100% anti-pilling acrylic. It is a 3 light. It is made by Premier, and it is the softest. This colorway is sprightly, so it is got a little bit of teal, a little bit of, well, it's not really lavender. It's more like, well, it's purplish in color, and then it has like a lime green. So there's 3 dots that go throughout there, and it's just really nice. So that is your choice. I'm going to add a blue stitch marker to it because it's a blue yarn. Now these These stitch markers, they kind of have the same kind of dots. Blue and green type dots. There's some crystals with it. And I used a lever back, so you can use it for knit or crochet. So stick that on there. Congratulations to you, Miss Rhonda. All right, so that is going over there. She likes it. We're going to go ahead and pick up the dark color yarn. And the rest of the show, we will just crochet and knit together. So I'm going to do 2 rows on the shoe. That'll finish the shoe off. Tell you how to finish it. And then we're going to cast on our beginner knit sweater. Now, this sweater is not going to be done very quickly. We're going to work on it at the end of the show every week for a while. So that way, whoever is not doing the knit can leave, and that's just the way it'll be. So we're going to go ahead and start with a single crochet in your very first stitch at the back of your shoe. Right where you ended that last one, you will start the new one, the new color. So right in the very back, you will start a single crochet in that same stitch. All right. Don't forget, you do have to send me a message when you win something, just to make sure I have the right addresses. So we're going to do single crochet in the first 10 on this row with your dark color. So as soon as everyone catches up, we will go on. There will no longer be any interruptions for who's working along with each other. No, I didn't freeze. Am I froze? Don't tell me that. Don't even tell me that. Oh, I didn't see any buffering yet today. They only allow me an hour. Okay, good. Okay, so it's just that. Okay. So the first 10 single crochet in the first 10. Now we're going to do, our decreases. So now what we're going to do is 6 times we're going to do a single crochet decrease. So decrease over the next 2 once, decrease over the next 2 twice, decrease over the next 2. That'll be your 3rd time, and it'll bring you right down to the toe. Decrease over the next 2 is the 4th. Decrease over the next 2 is the 5th. And decrease over the last 2 is the 6th. That'll bring you around. It will pucker the toe. Then you will go single crochet into your last like normal. So that will make you 11 on this side. So single crochet in your last 11. So that makes 21 and 6. It's like 27 stitches on that row. And it doesn't have to be exact, but if you have been following along, you should have your placement right where it needs to be. Okay, thanks, Chera. You never know. You never know what I'm going to do. I could just like all of a sudden say, let's do this, and we will. Okay, so that row is single crochet in the first 10. Single crochet decrease 6 times in a row. 3 on the left, which will bring you right to the toe. 3 on the right, and then single crochet in the last 11, and then slip stitch right into your first single crochet to end the round. And that is going to bring those toes right up. Like that. Now this last round, it is slightly different from the left shoe to the right shoe, but I'm going to give you I'm going to give you this shoe first, the one that I finished, which is the right shoe. I'm going to give you that one first, and then I'm going to give you the left shoe. Okay. So if you're ready, let me know. Round number 11 will be your last round. All right, so we're going to single crochet in the first 10 again, just like we did before. In the first 10. Then you're going to chain 11 stitches for the strap. Single crochet in the first 10 and then chain 11. Hi, Lulu's Treasure Trove. Okay, so chain 11. Now we're going to single crochet in the second chain from your hook and go down your chain. It doesn't really matter how many chains. I have approximately 9 on mine because I skipped one. Doesn't matter. Just make your chain so that it has, you know, go all the way back down. And then at the bottom, I went ahead and single crocheted in the next stitch. You're no longer following any pattern now. This is my own thing. You're going to single crochet all the way around the rest of the shoe. And then you're going to slip stitch to the end in your first single and finish off that shoe. That will leave you a flap. That strap will not be sewed on at the moment. You'll go back later, and I took and put a button on and sewed it right through the strap and into the shoe permanently. It's not going to be an actual button. It just looks like it. And I just did it on the other side around. I did it on, if you count back from your back last part, I did it on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did it on stitch number 7 from the back. I mean, from the back, counting stitch number 7. And it gives the stretch, it's not going to be straight across. It's going to be at a little bit of an angle. Okay. Then I went ahead and sewed on my daisy. Now for the left shoe, this is the right shoe. For the left shoe, we're going to go all the way around to the 7th stitch from the end. So keep going, single crochet all the way around instead of doing the strap on that side. And when we come to the 7th stitch from that side, well, it should be the 10th then. I'm sorry. We're going to be at the 10th. That is wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from the left side. We will chain 11. And then we will skip 1 and single crochet into our chains for this strap and finish off the shoe. Now, as soon as you finish off the shoe, let me know. I'll finish my other one later and we will pick up the knitting. Whoever is doing the knitting, you will need a skein of 5 bulky of at least 100. I think it's 100. I'll let you know in just a minute. Soon as you get done with that shoe, let me know. I'm going to be looking for your Mary Janes to be the cutest little Mary Janes on the project page. You know, the random comment picker will not be randomly picking just anybody this week. It's going to be whoever finishes the dress. But I still want to see all your booties, right? So on your left shoe, you're going to go back and single crochet in your last 10. And then your strap will go across the other side. Is everybody okay with that shoe finish? Go ahead and cut that yarn and finish that one. Wow. I definitely have a knot on the end of here. I don't know why it's such a soft yarn that you have to take the good with the bad, I guess. And I don't want to ever stop using Sweet Delight, but it does knot up if you're not careful. So soft and beautiful. Your internet's messing up. Huh. Okay. So that should finish off that set. It's a beautiful, beautiful set. Yep. There's the shoes to match. And then my hat. Yep. So we're good. We did another make along. That was number 40. 41 was the basket. We're going to start our next make along today. This is a knitting one. It will be the beginner baby sweater. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring out a basket that I made with the goodies in it. This one was the challenge that I got from Beverly's Crafts, and I just love it so much. I decided to put all the stuff in it. So let's pull these out. And we're going to start with a cast on. Now, these rows are going to go slow. This make along is going to be a couple rows a week. It's going to take some time to do, granted. But why not do it. Okay, Linda, we're only going to do a couple rows. So yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. All right. So what we're going to do is, let's see, it's 1:35 or an hour and 35. All we're going to do is our cast on. So I'm using a circular because it allows you to push all your stitches down onto the end, onto the cord. It's still a straight, flat piece. So what I'm suggesting is, if you don't have a circular that's this long, this is like a 60-inch circular. I'm not going to be knitting in circle in the round, no, but I'm going to use it because I want to use this size. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my yarn and tell you what it is. I'm using Charisma by Loops and Threads. This is a bulky 5. It's just the softest because it's the white. And I wanted to make a white one and then put on some kind of real cute buttons on it. So it's really soft and, you know. So this is going to turn out to be around 9 months to a 12-month size because I upgraded the pattern. This is 109 yards. It should be enough. This is acrylic. And I'm going to go ahead and find the end and pull out a little bit. Put it in my basket, set it down here. And we're going to find the end. And if you do not know how to cast on, then I'm going to give you a favorite knitter beginner B crochet or B. Oh my gosh. What is her name? I can't even think of what her name is. Yeah, I was gonna suggest to go and watch a cast on, but what we'll just do is we'll do very pink knits. That's what we'll do. If you don't know how to cast on the long tail cast on, then Be Hooked. That's it. Be Hooked. Either very pink knits or Be Hooked will give you a perfect up close cast on. I have done it too. We all have, but they are very, very good at what they do. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave a little bit. I've got a skein of 109 yards. You shouldn't need any more than that. If we do, we do. But I did one. I did one of these sweaters. Don't tell me I didn't bring that one in either. I did one of these sweaters in the actual pattern, and it comes out newborn. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to add 8 stitches to it so it's no longer newborn. It's going to be right around 6 months. So 9 months, I'm sorry, 6 to 9 months. Now, if you want to move up to 11, that's fine. But we're going to go ahead and cast on today for 34 stitches. That's all. 34. So you don't have to be tight. And that's the thing about this. I learned a while ago that when you knit stitches together, it isn't like crochet where if I do a really loose stitch in crochet, it almost stands out from my work, and I don't have any pull and give to the stitches around it to lay it even. With knitting, you do. It's kind of stretchy, so if one stitch is looser or tighter than the other, it kind of works its way and evens out after a while. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, right? So all we're going to do today is we're going to set ourselves up for working on this sweater. So I'm going to go and cast on 34 Okay. So 34 doesn't seem like a lot, but it's bulky weight. So of course I gotta tangle up everything. All right. Now at this point, your very first, you can you can put your basket into show and tell. That's fine. The very first row that we're going to do is going to be like a practice type setup row. And I say that because the it's going to be the collar. So we're just going to go ahead and knit every stitch in the first row. So when you're doing a sweater, you're always going to have a right side and a wrong side. And the right side of your work is the outside toward you. And a lot of times that's the knit side of your work. And then when you do the purl side, it makes it look like you knitted it when you're looking at your right side. And I'm talking to people that already know this, right? But it's just a way of filling in the blanks when you're. So I'm going to go ahead and knit every single row, every single stitch, I mean, for 34 on that first row. And as soon as I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to weave in my end because that's what I do, and get rid of that tail, and so I won't have it in my way. So while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and catch that up, get that out of there. Now I have 4 stitch markers laying here. Actually, you could use 6 stitch markers if you're a beginner for this. If you don't have any stitch markers, you can just cut 6 pieces of a different color yarn that are about an inch or 2 wide, just long enough to lay in that space, but not too short where they would fall out. And at the point where I'm going to put them is at the breaks where the shoulders are going to need to be increased to accommodate the ease of the shoulder being bigger. So that's how you're going to keep track without having to count. I'm going to use a stitch marker as placement. So that row is just your very first row of knitting. And I'm using white and it's going to glare. So really, there's not a lot to see here, but this is a haya. And yeah, I guess you could. You could. That's right, Teresa. Make a slip knot in a piece of yarn and make a loop out of it and loop it around your needle for where you want to mark it. That's perfect. You can use any kind of, as long as it's contrasting color, right? Yeah. So we still have 34 stitches. So at this point, let me know when you are ready for round number 2. Row number 2. Yeah, that's all right. Um, okay, so on the edges of your work is going to be also an edging. You are going to create it as you go. So on how we do that is the first 4 stitches on each side of your work are going to be your ribbing. So right now this is the collar, and it is also going to be ribbing. So that's why we're not going to purl yet, because we're going to use that as a ribbing. So what we're going to do is the first 4 stitches are always going to be knit on every single row. And so what I'm going to do is tell you to put a stitch marker after your first 4 stitches. And that will remind you every row to knit those. So we're going to knit the first 4. And then we're going to place your first stitch marker. But only because I want the beginners to know that that's where we're going to use the ribbing. Because our first row, we're going to oh, I'm sorry. I have to go back. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I'm going to knit front and back. To make any increases. So we're actually going to knit the first 4, put a place a stitch marker, knit in the front, knit in your regular stitch like you do regularly. Before you take it off, you will go into the back loop and bring up a loop in there and then take it off. So when you get done with that stitch, you will have 2 loops on it. So you're going to place your needle as if you're going to knit, and knit regular. Then before you pull it off, you're going to put your needle back in the back and do it again. And this time you have to kind of squeeze the needles together and draw that loop to the front of your work and then pull it off. It's a little wiggly. So we're going to do that first. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to increase right now. Then we're going to knit 4. Oh, I screwed this up. I read down a row I read down a row. You guys are going to kill me. Yeah. Okay. All right. I can still do it. So, okay. So knit the first 4, put in the, that it doesn't matter about it right now. They're all knitted. Every row right now is knitted. So it didn't matter that I did that. So knit front and back the next stitch, then knit 4, and what did I do? Yeah, knit front and back again. That's what the very next stitch you knit front and back. So all we've done so far is add 2 stitches, and it's telling me it doesn't matter where I added them as long as I added them. So we're going to add 4 stitches on the right hand side of your work, 2, and then we're going to knit all the way across. Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's adding 2 stitches on the right hand side and 2 stitches on the left. And I was thinking this was the setup row, and it's not. It's just the knit row adding 2 stitches. I'm sorry if I confused you. So just do 4. Put your place marker in. Add 1. Do 4 more and add 1. That's all you're going to do. And then you're going to knit all the way to the other side to the last. Let me see how many. It just says knit all the way to the last 7. Okay. So in our last 7 on our hook, we will add 1. I always say hook no matter what they are, whether they're needles or they're hooks or whatever. Ah! So I'm getting down, and I'm probably going faster than you guys. But then again, you could be. I have 7 on my row. Row 2 is a knit row, yes. There's no purls in it. It's a ribbing. So row 2, what we're going to do is we're going to knit 4, place a marker, knit front and back, knit 4, knit front and back. So you've added 2. Then you're going to knit all the way to the last 7. All we're doing is adding 4 stitches. Adding 2 on the right side of your work, spaced out between 4, and then adding 2 on the left side of your work. So I'm going to knit front and back on my first one. Whoops. I went ahead and knitted, not did the back. So knit front and back, add 1, and then knit 4. You're going to do that addition before you get to your last 4, because you want your last 4 to be where you remind yourself that that is your ribbing. So you should have 38 stitches. Now let's see if I do. 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. Yep, you're right. Now the next row, Number 3 is also a knit row. And the reason for that is because we're doing the ribbing for the collar. So when we turn, all you were supposed to do was add 4 stitches. And as far as I'm concerned, you could have added them anywhere. I added them at number 4 and number 8 and number 8 and number 4 to the end. I added them on the ends, which is what they told us to do. I just got a little confused in talking how like you were supposed to do that. And it's going to happen because we're doing it together, and I've only done this once, so it's been, Okay, so row number 3 is where we're going to set up where our stitch markers are going to go for our increases. So the first thing you want to do is knit for the first 4, and then move your stitch marker over, and that's your ribbing. It's always going to be knit the first 4. Then for the setup, we're going to do knit 5 more. At that point, that is your front side. It is 9 stitches for your front side. And I only told you to put a stitch marker there for the first 4 is because that's always knit and it's ribbing. So at this point, your first stitch marker will be at the 9th stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches, then a stitch marker. Now we're going to do knit 5, and place another stitch marker. Those 5 stitches will be your sleeve. So that's where your actual first sleeve is between those 2 stitch markers. The next section will be your back. So that will be knit 10. And place another stitch marker. So we're up to the back side. Okay, so there's a sleeve, there's the back, and that's your front. And I have an extra stitch marker. So we're going to do knit 5 again for the other sleeve. Place a stitch marker, then knit 5, should bring you to your stitch marker for your ribbing. And all we're going to do is pass that stitch marker over to the other needle, and then knit in the last 4. And you should still have 38 stitches. Okay, so there's your ribbing, first 4. There's the section of the front between the ribbing and the sleeve. There is your sleeve, and that has 5. And there's your back, that has 10. So that's your beginning first 3 rows. I'm going to stop here and let all of the people that are not here that want to do this catch up, rip it out, do it again. All it basically is that when I told you to do row 2, I was trying to adapt the stitch marker in that I didn't use because I wasn't a beginner. And now I want to tell you about that because of this 4. Basically, when you do this pattern, you're not going to put that stitch marker. You're going to go ahead and do that first 2 rows by just increasing 4 stitches on that second row. And that's all. It doesn't matter where, because we weren't counting anything. We're just putting in 4. So the first row is 34 and the second row is 38. And you can add those stitches evenly spaced anywhere you want. That's basically the way that I looked at it. I didn't mean to confuse anybody. I'm going to go ahead and put mine down. I am not going to work on it in between. I'm going to pick it up on row number 4, and I will leave myself a note for that. But if I lose the note, please remind me that we are on row 4. That will be an increased row. It will be a knit row. The first purl row will be row number 5. So that will be where we'll pick up next week. And we'll do it at the end of the show. And next week, I probably will do some kind of I don't think I will be crocheting at the beginning of the show. I'll be more focused in on other things like the winter and stuff like that. So yeah, take a moment out of each day, be creative. I'll talk to you all next Sunday. But of course, I'm going to do some videos in between and stuff. So hopefully I will even have a drawing or 2 on them. And I'll brush up on my knitting skills, wording, because I need to. I hope you enjoyed making the shoes this morning, and I'm having a great time with everyone. So take a moment out of each day. Like I said, be creative. Talk to you later. Bye for now.